A couple of weeks ago I posted 2 blues lessons with a whole bunch of blues licks. And in those videos I promised to do a lesson on blues rhythm guitar, basic blues rhythm guitar. This is it. This is the lesson. What I want to cover are the chords you can use in a slow blues or a blues shuffle, and show you a few tricks here and there to spice things up a bit. Little disclaimer, I don't know a whole lot about music theory. There are a lot of guys on YouTube that know a lot more about it than I do, so if you're looking for specific chord names, please check out Rick Beato, because I don't know all those chord names. If you want to play along to a few songs with the chords you're going to learn today, check out Full-Time Lover and Wait on Time from the Fabulous Thunderbirds. Both are on the same record, I believe. It's one of their first records. Really brilliant stuff, Jimmy Vaughn on guitar. And both songs are also in the key of B. So that's perfect for putting it into practice. All right, so let's start with the slow blues, because that's already slow. Both these blues songs consist of a standard 12-bar blues, which you'll see right here on the screen. And you can substitute these chord names for numbers. So the B becomes the 1, the E becomes the 4, and the F sharp becomes the 5. And those are intervals. And the reason why we're doing this is because you can play this anywhere you want. These intervals stay the same, the key changes. So for instance, in A, the 1 would be A, the 4 would be D, and the 5 would be E. All right, back to the B slow blues. This is how it sounds like in a very basic form. Alright, so for the 1 you can use this chord, and I actually don't know the name of this chord, I just call it the Dbone Walker chord, because that is how I learned it from the dude that taught me this chord. So this is, the root is right here. If you know all the root notes on the E string and the A string, and you start seeing those notes as sort of shelves on which you can put the chords. If you remember where the root note is in a particular shape, you can play that chord anywhere you want. And if you know multiple shapes, you can play a B in very different ways. So you can play a B major, play a B minor, play a B7, and so forth. This one is a little weird because it doesn't have a root note in it. This is just a major third, a minor 7, a 2, and a 5. Speaking in intervals again. The root note is right there. So this is fret 6, 7, 6, 7. The 4 has the root note on the A string, which is right here, and then you put your index finger on the 6th fret and then a bar with your ring finger. And this shape is a 9. To the 1, and if you go to the 5, you just slide it over 2 frets. The 4, and we're back at the 1. I'll put the sheet with the chord shapes on my Patreon page, so you can download it there. So the 12 bars I just played were functional but a bit boring. And you could do a lot more with these kind of chords, and that's just by sliding them over a fret to the right or to the left. It's as easy as that. And that is what Dbone Walker did, for instance, in Stormy Monday. I think that song is in G, but will stay in B. When he's playing the one, he does all these things like... That's his going into the 4. And this is really, really easy because you just slide it back. And then put your pinky down. You see, this is the shape of the 4. Going to the 8th fret. And then to the 5, to the 4, and to the 1. So these little things make it a lot more interesting to play and a lot more interesting to listen to. So if you combine this into the 12 bars, it sounds like this. There was another little thing I did here, which is also a signature Dbone Walker rhythm thing. It's like this when you're in the 4, E9. So instead of going... I'd say just experiment a bit with what sounds good and what doesn't. Just start sliding those chords around and see what happens. You can also make the chords smaller instead of this playing this. And for the 4, I think there was a Stevie Ray Vaughan song going. Something like that. And when you have this completely internalized, you can start adding licks in between. Etc. All right, onto the blues shuffle. So the basic rhythm in a blues shuffle could be the same chords, but a different rhythm, and it could sound something like this. And because this shuffle is much faster than the slow blues, there isn't much room to move the chords around, but you can of course do So those are a few basic tricks with these chords. You can also play it higher. When the root is here, this is the high B on the A string, and then you can play the 9 as the 1 chord, and then this one, the Dbone Walker chord, as the 4, because the root of the 4 is here. This is a E. This camera, E. Here's a E. Same as here. So you can go. And another one that's really cool and used a lot in blues shuffles is this one. Goes like this, slow. That's for the 1. When you go to the 4, you start from the A string. And the 5 is here. And then you can also start adding licks to this. All right, if you have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. Please subscribe to the channel, it would help me enormously, and all tablature and chord sheets are available on my Patreon page. Thank you for watching, see you next time, bye.